It's hot. You don't want to wear a full face, sis. You'll melt. It's a hot girl summer for real. So shout out to the Ivy Box because this wonderful makeup case, I used it for the first time this weekend and it was incredible. It fits everything. It's heavy duty and I absolutely love it. So shout out to them for this oh so pretty makeup bag. It's a hot girl summer for real. So the less is more makeup look is kind of what I'm trying to achieve here. I'm giving very like Janet Jackson Poetic Justice vibes, only to keep the hair out of my face and so that I can see my hairline and where I need to apply makeup, okay? Because it is summertime, you want to make sure that you wear a primer. And so this primer that I'm wearing is by CoverGirl. It's a pore minimizing skin primer. I'm almost out of it and I did really like it. Will I purchase it again? I don't really know yet. Still debating. I only used about a dime size. And I'm gonna just rub that in. So prior to this, I cleaned my face and I added some serums from The Ordinary as well as sunblock because Black people wear your sunblock. And so because I put the sunblock and I don't want to end up oily later, I'm going to make sure that I prime in the places that I tend to oil up the most. And that's like T-zone and all of that. I'm also wearing CoverGirl True Blend Matte Foundation. This is in the T80. My first bottle was given to me and I actually really liked it. So I continue to use it now. And so, yeah, oops. Yeah. And so because I'm going for a light face look, I don't need a whole lot of it. I'm only going to put on enough to give me medium coverage. Making sure that it comes down on my neck though, because you can't be like discolored. And then also I love doing my face in natural sunlight during the summer because that's what you're gonna look like when you go outside, girl. So you might as well see what you're looking like. Okay, so I haven't had braids in a long time and I'm so used to like putting on my wig and walking out the door, but when you wear braids you have to make sure you get all up in this hairline so that it doesn't look like you're wearing a mask. Okay, so just medium basic coverage, like nothing too dramatic, too much. Because really whatever blemishes I'm gonna try and hide, I'm gonna do that with concealer. So for concealer, this is Pure Beige, LA Girl. You know, that's really the only thing that I've really ever used or been using for like the last 5 years or so. Okay, so very simple. The thing that I do is I use the same thing that I use my foundation with because it just keeps the color consistency and I work from bottom to top instead of going right in, you know, and just work it down and out And then as I get under my eye, I pat. So pat, pat, pat. And look, we're almost halfway there because I'm not gonna do much more than this. Make sure you take it over your mustache now, because if you didn't hit your mustache today, you don't want to be out here, you know, untamed. The best setting powder that I've ever used, and that includes Ben Nye, because I didn't have as great of a run with Ben Nye as I did with this, is from Sasha Cosmetics. It is their Buttercup setting powder. It is literally the best setting powder that I've ever used. I love it. No flashback, no, none of that. And because this is a simple makeup look, we don't bake per se, but I'm gonna leave it on here as I do my eyes. I'm not putting on a thick old layer of it. I'm literally just putting on enough to set what's there. And then I'm gonna move on to my eyes. For brows, I'm using Anastasia Dip Brow. This is in chocolate. It's a little old, sis. It's a lot of old, actually. But my tactic is that I take a little bit of my setting spray. I spray the brush. And then I dip. When I dip, you dip, she dip. Okay, that made me tickle. Okay, so then I'm trying to go for the most natural brow possible. I just draw that sucker on. Okay, I don't want to do any cleanup, right? So if you notice, this brow is not as dark as this one. So I'm really just shaping and darkening. I'm not like sculpting and all that. No, that's too much. It's hot. I'm trying to be in and out. The quicker the better, right? And voila, you got two brows. Alrighty, keeping the eyes very simple, I'm using this BH Cosmetics Carly Bible palette. I'm taking the highlighter color and I'm gonna just sweep that with a blending brush over the eye, and that's it. It's got just a little bit of color, but not a lot. And that's like really it, honestly. A little eyeliner. And when I say a little, I mean a little. Like, you could barely see it, but it's just enough to darken up that lash line. Okay, so next step, depending on where you're going, you can put on lashes. I'm not going any place where I need to be lashed up, so I'm just gonna put on some mascara. This mascara was also sent to me, and I actually really like it. It's by Pretty Vulgar. It's their volumizing extreme volume mascara, and it's one of the best mascaras I've ever had, besides Better Than Sex. Better Than Sex is top tier mascara, but this one is great. Okay, so that's lash. No lash. Oh, well, mascara, no mascara. What's the difference? You can see it. Okay, as I'm doing this, I'm sweating and I'm getting hot. So that means it's time to wrap it up. Okay, so I'm dusting off all the powder and kind of like smoothing things out. Favorite bronzer in the world is NARS Casino. Okay. You don't need to contour in the summer heat, sis. It's too hot. Put on some bronzer so you can look dewy later and call it a day. And this is the best bronzer. So if you got NARS Casino, you know. Like, NARS Casino is the one. The one and the two. Because NARS Casino 1 and 2. It's the bomb. D-bomb diggity. And so this is it, really. See, look, okay. Look at the sweat on my skin. Los Angeles, y'all tripping. It was all gloomy and stuff the other day. Now I want to be hot and real hot. Okay, this is a BH Cosmetics Malibu palette. I don't even know if they still make this, but I really like this blush in this palette. And so I'm gonna just put that on. I'm hot. This is Lancome Fix It or Forget It. This is a setting spray, also given to me. It's supposed to have a 24-hour hold. I'm halfway through the bottle. My spritz kind of doesn't work, but other than that, I do like it. Something spilled on this. Yeah. Because my spritzer doesn't work, I like always overdo it. Okay, and then the same highlighter shade that I put on my eyes from the Carly Bible palette, I'm gonna put right here. And that's it. I'm gonna throw on some lip gloss and call it a day. This is summertime makeup. So summertime heat friendly makeups, very quick and simple.